Hi guys! Today I am going to give you my spoiler-free review for the trial of the Chicago 7. Now, this is a movie that is coming to Netflix this Friday, October 16th, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about it. It was probably one of the most powerful movies I've ever watched in my entire life, and honestly, it is so relevant right now, and if you saw my reaction to the trailer, you know it had me crying and tearing up, and the movie was no different. So let's talk about it. Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, so I have to admit, I only knew a little bit about the Chicago 7. I didn't know much. Now, this is based on a true story. What I knew was there was a group of protesters that got arrested for inciting a riot, and it was a big trial, and that was it. I didn't know the results of the trial. I didn't know there were actually 8. Which I will talk about in a minute. I didn't know a lot of it, and now after watching this, I have since gone and researched a lot, and I'm actually planning on getting a book about it. So I'm excited, but man, let me just tell you guys, this movie really hits home right now. Not only have I been to peaceful protests myself, but, you know, as everybody else living in this country has seen, unfortunately, there are a lot of protests going on that have turned into riots. And it's not always the protesters' fault. Sometimes it's the cops' fault. Like, let's be honest here, it's probably mostly the cops' fault. But, so this is something that they address in this movie. Is it the cops' fault? Is it the protesters' fault? There's a lot going on. They don't really ever say totally. They do give you something that one person said and another person said and this person said this, but they meant to say this, and I don't want to ruin it, so I'm gonna keep my mouth zipped for that one. But you'll see as the trial goes on. Now, something that was really super hard to watch, you guys, so hard to watch, was the judge in this. And apparently this judge was really truly like this. He's clearly racist, 100% towards Bobby Steele, who is the 8th person in the Chicago 7. So there's the Chicago 7, but there was also another man on trial as well, looped in with them, an African-American man named Bobby Steele. And actually, what's pretty crazy, and he says this in, he flat out says it in the movie. I don't know if he actually said this in the true events, but I wouldn't be surprised. He said they put him on there just to scare the jury. They looped him in so that hopefully they would get a guilty verdict just because there was a black man sitting with the rest of the Chicago 7, right? And he wasn't even part of the Chicago 7, which is what he tried to say. Like, why are you looping me into this? They denied him representation. He had no lawyer. It was just absolutely crazy to think that this really truly happened, and the way the judge treated him. I mean, they literally bound and gagged him at one point. It was so hard to watch. I was tearing up. It was so hard. And then at the end of this, which I will not give away again, but man, I was crying. It was so good. This whole thing, it's so powerful. And I think it's just really scary right now because it feels so relevant. And this was the 60s, and it's like, feels relevant right now. It's crazy. Now, they were protesting Vietnam, but, you know, we're protesting Black Lives Matter. It's just, it's a whole mess of, like, can't we get over this? Like, can't everybody just get along? Like, can't people just be kind to other human beings and decent to each other? And apparently the answer is no. It's awful. But to speak of just the film itself, guys, the acting is phenomenal. Every single person. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I adore him. He plays the prosecutor, actually. So he's the bad guy, or a bad guy, basically, right? He's on what you would consider the bad side, the government side. What I would consider the bad side, anyways. But man, he's really good, and I love his character arc, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But I've been a fan of his since Third Rock from the Sun, so I was excited to see him as part of this. Of course, Sacha Baron Cohen is just absolutely crushes it as Abby. Like, I absolutely loved him. I thought he was phenomenal in this role. The guy, and I'm totally spacing on his name, and you guys are all going to make fun of me down in the comments. I know, but the guy from Fantastic Beasts, why can't I think of his name? He's amazing in this, phenomenal. He plays one of the main characters, one of the 7, and his character arc as well is amazing. Every single person had such an incredible character arc. All these people, it was just so good. The lawyer for the Chicago 7's absolutely amazing. All of the acting is just great. I felt like I believed everybody, right? I believed exactly what side they were on. And I believed their stories and I believed their characters. And the whole thing was great. It's about a 2-hour-long movie, but it flew by. Honestly, I was expecting it to maybe drag a little, and it didn't. I will say I'm super into like law and that sort of thing, so I was intrigued. The trial really had me interested and intrigued, but I love the stuff outside of the courtroom as well. I love when people put that judge in his place, because he deserved to be put in his place time and time again. And I can't believe there was actually a real judge that acted like that, like in court. How is that okay? Like, how is that okay? I don't even know how that's okay. But apparently it really happened, which is disgusting to me. And I wouldn't be surprised if it still happens too. You're supposed to be, you know, up there being a judge, not be biased or racist or just a horrible human being. Apparently he couldn't pull that off. So I don't know. But honestly, really though, the Trial of the Chicago 7, it comes to Netflix this Friday, like I said, and it is such a good movie. It's about 2 hours long. It's easy to watch. It's very, very interesting. And unfortunately, it's like super relevant right now, but it's extremely powerful. There's so many powerful quotes throughout the whole thing. I absolutely loved it. It's one I'll definitely watch again. It teaches some great lessons, but man, woo, it's hard to get through. Parts of it are tough. I'm not going to lie. There are parts that will make you cringe. There are parts that will probably make you tear up. And there are for sure parts that are going to make you really, really mad. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. But yeah, listen, this movie was so good. If you've already seen it by the time you get to this review, let me know what you think down below. And yeah, you can always follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there. MAMASGEEKY. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. Bye.